Hello, welcome to Texas Style Cuisine. Glad to have y'all back. I'm here hanging out in my outdoor kitchen, getting ready for some of the videos we're going to be doing this spring once it warms up. It's still pretty chilly here in South Texas. We had another front blow in, so we're not going to record out here a cooking show today. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you inside of my classroom. I teach culinary arts at one of the local high schools to juniors and seniors, and this is an introductory lesson into making sausage with them. We study charcuterie every year. We study sausage making, and I'm going to teach a basic lesson on how to make a Polish sausage. Hope y'all enjoy it, and welcome to my classroom. First lesson in making sausage. We're going to do a very basic Polish sausage. Actually, a true Polish is probably made with all pork, and we are going to have some beef in there. I like a mixture of beef and pork, but we're going to use 3 pounds of pork, 2 pounds of beef, and a pound of fat. Now, on our fat, if we use pork fat has less flavor in it than beef fat, or if you use, if we're making like a lamb sausage or a goat sausage, their fat is very strong, so we really don't want to use those. But if we use fat back pork, you get very little flavor of the pork in there, so it doesn't affect the other flavors when we're doing more delicate sausages like a turkey sausage or a lamb sausage or something like that. But anyways, today we're going to start, and we just use a pork butt, a Boston butt, and I'm going to cut these into slivers. So, as we get the slivers, we can bring those down. Those will slide easy into our grinder. And on our grinder today, we're just using our KitchenAid mixer with a grinding attachment. You're not going to do a whole lot of sausage that way, but if we're making 3, 4, 5, 10 pounds of sausage at a time, it's going to grind that up fine, and there's not going to be a problem in using our KitchenAid mixer. But anyways, this is how we're going to cut our sausage up. Let's get it into strips. Now also to talk about the grinder a little bit and keeping everything cold. I have my pork, I have my fat, I have my beef. Now I'm going to take my grinding attachment. Alright, they've been packed in just an ice bath. So they're very cold. They're going to be down close to 32 degrees. And on these, it's real easy. If you have your head together, just take it. You got to find the groove where it fits in, and then just tighten it up. Now, that's ready to go. We don't want to go too fast. This isn't a high-speed grinder by any means at all. But I'm going to grind our beef first. Somebody plug me in.
It's not plugged in.
Tells if it's plugged in. Got it? Yes, sir. Alright. I'm going to put it on 4. And we're going to get started. Give me one of those wood stuffers. They go down here. Now, I do have it on the coarser, these KitchenAids. They come with 2 grinding attachments, kind of a fine and what I would call a medium. If we were making hot dogs or something like that, maybe Metwurst or one of the other sausages more like a hot dog, we would use that when we wanted to find their grind. But this one, I think you get a lot better mouth feel and it tastes better. If you go through the fine one, I just think that's a little too fine for sausages. And you don't have to push hard. It's going to go at the speed it's at, and it's going to kind of pull it into that auger. Like I said, this is not a high-speed grinder. We've got to take our time, but we're not doing any large amounts. The recipes all y'all are going to be working on are going to be 3, 4, 5, 6 pounds. I think we have 1 7-pound recipe. So nothing real big.
Ribs.
But we want to keep our equipment cold. We want to keep our meat cold. And again, this is our shoulder quad going in. Then cutting the slivers.
That's about it.
So there's our beef. Now we're going to start with our fat. We have 2 pounds of beef. We have a pound of fat. And we have got 3 pounds of pork. Now we can mix this using a mixer, or we can mix it by hand. I think I probably just not a big batch. I'm going to mix it by hand and show y'all how to kind of do a hand mix on it.
Little wormies.
There's no real hard fat in here. Like I said, we want to shy away from that real hard pieces of fat. But anyways, there's our fat. So we've got a pound of fat. We've got 2 pounds of beef, and now we're going to do our 3 pounds of pork. And again, we have our bowl is sitting in a bowl of ice. So that's keeping our meat cool also. We have 2 pounds of beef, a pound of fat, 3 pounds of pork, and it's all on ice. So what we want to do is mix this up real good. And to mix it up, I'm going to use my big pan here. Okay. And I'm just going to dump it out. Now I have my seasonings, which is, for this 6 pounds, I have 3 tablespoons of kosher salt. I'm going to kind of spread it out in there so it's not all in one spot. Then I have a tablespoon of garlic. Now again, a traditional Polish sausage would have fresh garlic in it. So we're going to use just a powdered garlic here. We'll spread through it. It'll still be good. And I have 2 tablespoons of black pepper. So, you know, a lot of people think they have to have all these different ingredients in their sausage. Sometimes less is better. You don't overpower it by any one thing. But if those are in there, take my ring off.
I'm supposed to have it on the kitchen truck.
But anyways, I'm just going to take this, just use my hands and kind of squeeze it between your fingers. All right? We can use the mixers to do it. Just chill the bowls first, the big mixers. We can do that. And also, I have a meat mixer here that we may set up here in a minute and let y'all see how it works when y'all are doing y'all's. If somebody wants to use it, I just wanted to show y'all. And I have made literally hundreds of pounds doing this. When we were young growing up, a friend of mine's dad, I remember being at his house. And we'd have a bunch of deer killed, some wild hogs, and we would make 600, 700, 800, 900 pounds of sausage a day. And or actually take a couple of days to get all made. But there would be a table, and of course the men did the important stuff, and us boys, we gotta run our fingers through there and mix everything in. Some people will double grind this. They'll run it back through their grinder another time, which will help mix it some. This is a fairly coarse. Running the fat through a second time may not hurt it. And actually, I may go ahead and run this all through there a second time. But I don't like my sausage real fine either. So, you know, it's kind of that idea of, do I want to do a little bit, but get it too fine, or I'm worried about it being too coarse? I would rather have it a little more coarse than too fine. I just think the mouthfeel, when you eat it, it just feels better. There's a little more texture to your sausage. You want to get that fat, make sure you get it broken up. The only thing, it will break your fat up a little bit if you ran it through there a second time. If we use the fine one, that definitely would make it, you know, too small and not enough. But I think we're all right here. I don't think we're going to be hurt. This could be a nice sausage. We're going to stuff these up. It's still cold, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in a pan, and I'm going to put it in the freezer and let it sit in the freezer for a little bit just to get cold again, and then we're going to stuff it.
Yay!
It has a nice, you want it to be a little bit tacky, and it is a little tacky. Sometimes if it doesn't want to go through the stuffer, we'll add a little bit of water to it. Of course, instead of adding water, some will have wine in them. Some recipes, there's like our chorizo we're going to make, has white vinegar in it. So that's your liquid in it that helps it. If you're doing like, say you want to make like some Slim Jims and dry them, something like that, then you would come in there and you would put some water with that so it would push through the tubes better, the stuffer. But anyways, that's that. Now we're going to get our stuffer, and we're going to let this cool a little bit while we're getting our stuffer ready. Wash my hands up, and then we'll do that. Before we do that, one thing, we're going to check for flavor. So before we go to the pressure of stuffing it, I'm going to make a patty. We're going to fry this, see how we like our flavors. Then if we think our flavoring's right, then we'll stuff it. But we always want to make a patty and cook it one time first. These are our hog casings. We're actually going to stuff this into hog casings. They're in a solution of a salt brine, and they have this ring to kind of hold them. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take these out of here. We're going to rinse them, rinse the salt off, get them cleaned up, and then these casings will pull right out. They're not that hard to get untangled. They look like a mess, kind of a tangled mess now, but they'll untangle fairly easy. But you can tell how long they are. All right.
That's what I'm
Anyways, this is the casing they're going to come out of. So we're going to rinse the salt, then we'll rinse out each individual one, and we're going to stuff these into our sausages into these hog casings. Now we're going to get the stuffer ready. This stuffer is, I couldn't tell you how old. I bought it from a little old lady 25, 30 years ago, but it's had a lot of stuffings go through it. It's got a new horn on it.
Pay for it.
But man, I bought it like $150 back then. And the new ones this size that are stainless steel are probably $400 or $500. But this one still works. I use it all the time. I keep it clean. I keep it oiled so it doesn't rust up between every year, and it works great. We're going to put our meat in the pot, and this is a pretty big pot. It'll hold a lot of meat. But if you watch, some people really kind of throw theirs in there real hard, because what they want to do is get rid of air pockets. So you got to take it, throw it in there.
Can I have that machine when I graduate?
No. So what I'm going to do is now, I'm just going to take my casing, and I've got a little water on my horn, and there's, of course, there's water inside of this. But you're just going to put this up on top of your horn, all right? And you can put this whole casing on there, all right? Look gross?
Why isn't it tear so easy?
It's very durable. I mean, you figure all the abuse your stomach takes, you know, get kicked in the ribs, and you don't break an intestine, really. It's pretty hard to break. They're pretty forgivable. Anyway, so what I do is I take and I tie a knot at the end. And the other item is if you don't secure that knot somehow, it'll pull out. So I take the tag in and pull it back through the knot, and that way it's right there. Then as I pull this up on there, we're gonna poke a little hole on there when we start stuffing it. All right. What I'll do is they're pretty tough, but I just take it like a toothpick, and I'll just poke a hole in them. That way, that first bit of air will get out. And if I start seeing a lot of air build up, again, I'll poke it with a toothpick. They actually make a little tool that has a wire on it. We've had them here in the past. I don't know where it is today, but that's it. So when we start cranking this, just Carlos, not too fast. All right, let's go. So press it down in there. All right, here it comes. And you just gotta let it feed itself off. All right. And we don't want these so tough that they break, because in a little while we're gonna have to twist them. And we want enough that they're not so full that they won't twist. Can you go a little faster, Carlos? Pretty close to full.
Hard? Still, is it hard?
And of course, it's naturally kind of round. Easy. Probably not quite as tight as I would like that one. If you go too fast, it'll split this casing. So we want it kind of full, but you don't want it so full that it'll split the casing. So when you feel you're at the bottom, just let me know. You can tell it'll get kind of hard.
Chef,
What's that?
what if you like you still have casing but there's no more sausage
Just
in
tear
there?
it off and use the next one.
That's cool.
Is that it? Okay. So just pull it off. Hand me my knife, Josh. So this one. This one pretty much took down one case, one whole case. But you can just take it, tie a knot in it. But anyways, when I make a sausage link, you just determine kind of how big you want your sausages. And I figure about a fist, all right? So So I'm going to go one fist, I'm going to squeeze it. So I'm going to go another fist, I'm going to squeeze it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist this one this way. Alright? Then I'm going to take this one to go a fist wide, squeeze it. A fist wide, right here, right? Squeeze it here. And twist it. And I twist it the opposite direction. So one goes one way, one goes the other. And then, right there. What's that? These old stuffers? Oh yeah, I'm sure. Anyways, then we got one little one at the end for a Scooby snack later, right? But anyways, there it is. We've got all these, 6 pounds. 6 pounds of Polish sausage. Now, this is a fresh sausage, guys. This is a fresh sausage. So, that means it's not going to be smoked. It's going to be put into the freezer. We're going to actually, what we're going to do is with these is we're going to vacuum seal them. We'll put them in vacuum bags, seal them up. Nice roll of Polish links. And we'll do some big links.
Chef, hold the tray up.
What's that?
Hold the tray up, like the tray.
The whole tray?
Yeah. I can take a picture.
Got it?
Yeah.
So that's our basic Polish sausage. That's with salt, pepper, and garlic. It's a simple recipe. It's easy to make, and everybody's going to get a chance to make some different sausages this week. All right? All's good? Good deal.